Hey guys, Bryce here. So today let's talk about how a mentorship student got an additional $4,400 in monthly recurring revenue in the same week. So it's all within like 1 week of each other. So it's two clients that they got, but added about $4,400 in monthly recurring revenue. That's not kind of the cleanup. I didn't ask them exactly how much like the cleanup was, but kind of jumping into this. So a couple of ground rules. We do these videos for free inside of our Facebook community and inside of our YouTube channel. The one thing I ask is that since we're not charging you for this information, if you can help me get this message out to as many people as possible, the way we do that is by asking you to like the video or do like comment certain codes inside of the comment section, and it boosts the post to the algorithm so that more and more people can see it and kind of spread our message. So first, if you're watching live with me, write down #TeamLive. So I know you're here. I can make it more interactive. I can answer your questions. Write down #TeamReplay if you're watching on the replay, and I can leave you a special gift if you would like as a result of the training. Then write down #Connect if maybe like I'm going through this and maybe there's like a question that I wasn't able to answer while I was live because maybe I didn't see your question, didn't see your comment, but you still need some help. Do that and I will reach out to you at my earliest convenience. After that, if you want some help growing your business, like maybe you've seen some of the videos inside of like our community, maybe you've been watching our YouTube channel for any period of time, and you've been kind of thinking about getting help, but it just wasn't the right time, I want to encourage you to click on the link inside the description, either above or below the videos, to book calls with myself or a member of my team to see if we can help you inside of our program. So jumping into this thing, and I'm having a little bit of like a cold this week, so I'm kind of overcoming that right now. So a little bit of coughing and stuff, but we will get through this together. So first things first, okay, the mindset. So one mindset you have to really kind of inherit is that in order for you to grow your business growth happens very fast when you have the right foundations, ideas, and focus. The problem is that a lot of people try and get rich quick, but it leaves them to kind of like cut corners, if that makes sense. It's almost like building a house, right? Like the deeper you kind of build that foundation, the higher up you can kind of go with that house, and the ability to go up high all in one shot, right? So like when it comes to like skyscrapers, the majority of the time is spent on the foundation, the underlying pieces that are going to allow it to be supported as it goes up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and they don't have to keep like stopping construction to be able to dig deeper, right? So it's all about building those foundations. Now the first foundation is going to be pricing, okay? If you're pricing your service at like, we'll say like $250, $350, $1,200 a month, like those, like some people have like 3 packages they put on their website, like the highest someone can pay them is like $1,200 a month. It's very hard for you to be able to go and get up to 10 grand, 15, 20 grand per month if your packages are very small and you're inside your first year of business. Like if you're selling like $250 a month, yes, after 10 years, if you have like 100, 200 clients, yes, you'll be making a significant amount of money. But most people do not have like the luxury or the time to be able to wait for 10 years before they can start really hitting a significant like income level. Most people, if they're like working a job or if they're trying to grow their business so they can maybe escape their job or they can have more time with their family, like travel, right? It needs to happen in a very consistent kind of method in order to replace the income you're making from your job so you can go and do this full time. So the first key to that is having great pricing, okay? So we always encourage our students inside of our mentorship program to charge between $500 to $5,000 per month per client. Now, the reason why is, because $500, that is on the low side, but you will run into like some people and like some potential clients that are a little bit smaller, so you do have to have like something open and available for them. But I generally don't go below $500 per month, just because it's just not really necessary, right? It's just not really necessary. Now, for me, when I got started with my business, I got started back in 2015, and I didn't know this. My goal, like at first, was just to make like $3,000 a month. I just had that number in my head because like I just want to make that much in profit. I figured that if I can get to $3,000 a month, I could keep going like slowly but surely over time, try and make it up to 10 grand, 15, 20 grand per month. So I was like, okay. So if I just go and charge, $300 a month, and I got like 100 people to do this, that I would be very close to my goal. So it was what, 300 times 100, it was about $30,000, and that was kind of like, that was my goal, just to collect, what was it, $300, like 100 payments. That was gonna be like 10 clients, right? Because that was just kind of my goal at the time. And I figured that if I did that, I would get $30,000 for the year, and like if I was able to do $30,000 for the year, I'd be able to, like be within striking distance. And I had a little bit of savings kind of saved up when I first started my business, when I like left my job. So that was kind of my mindset. And it wasn't until I started trying to do it, I started that like it was just as hard to sell, my services for $250 per month as it was to sell it for like $600 or $700 per month. So then I started like hiring some different mentors and like, well, if it's the same amount of like of challenge to sell $250 per month as it sell $700 per month, you might as well just sell $700 per month. And it kind of clicked. I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Facebook user says, that is amazing. Good to see you. Thank you for watching the show. Glad to see someone is live with me. I know I think we came on about like 5 minutes late today and didn't really make a lot of an announcement. But I think today is a lot of people are getting ready for like the holidays. So, I'm gonna be consistent, just like post this out to you guys. So that's number one. Okay, it's all about pricing. Number two, you have to get very comfortable in a sales environment. So in order for you to sell higher ticket services, you need to really be able to handle a little bit of like intensity from business owners. A lot of people, they really are nervous when it comes to like sales. Like, they don't want to come across like as pushy or salesy as most people call it. And what happens is they actually become hyper kind of like nervous, hyper unconfident, and hyper unskilled in the consultation call process. And it causes business owners to really feel nervous about wanting to work with you. And when the business owner feels nervous about, wanting to work with you, they don't really understand exactly what's causing it. So they kind of like get this gut feeling that they just don't really understand exactly like there's something off here, and they kind of like bow out and leave. And also, sometimes what happens is you do charge the price you need to charge, like $1,200, $2,000, $3,000 per month. Sometimes you're going to get business owners that challenge that price point. And if you're not good at standing up for yourself or being able to hold your value or explain your value, even though maybe someone's like maybe like offending you, it's very tough for you to be able to be successful long term in this business. So you have to really understand it's like, in order for you to get good, you have to be comfortable feeling pressure in the moment and being able to still do what you need to do to make the right decisions to move forward towards your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. If you can't do that, you're just not going to make it in not just like bookkeeping and accounting, but any business really. So it's all about really developing that thick skin. The next thing is you need to be able to make a commitment. Okay, so when it comes to business, like this student, he actually didn't get his first client for about like 30 days inside of our program. Like most people, if they do something for like a week and it doesn't work, they get very, very scared or frustrated or like nervous, and they like abort the mission and they stop doing it. If you're gonna have like a success long term, you have to be willing to do the same thing over and over and over again, assuming you have the right strategy. Like if you're just kind of like on your own, just doing stuff randomly, like yeah, it makes sense that maybe you're a little bit nervous. But if you have the right strategy, if you've been watching our videos, you've been trying some of this stuff, and you know it's the right thing to be doing, and you're doing it in the right way, then you're just going to have to understand. It just takes a little bit of commitment. So most people, what it needs to is like you have to be able, number one, to commit not only to the methodology using, but commit to actually running this business and actually having it be the thing that can grow. I see so many people where it's just kind of like, if it works, it works. Or, I'm kind of in it, but like I'm planning for it not to really work out, so I'm not really putting in much effort. Or it's kind of like, 1 week I'm really serious, the next week I get kind of like busy with life, or I just get distracted and I just like don't do anything with it. It's just like if you're truly serious about like actually making this thing the full-time thing that you do, or even having a significant like income on the side, you have to commit to it. Now I'm not saying like you have to be 100% committed, 110%. I'm not saying that. You should more approach like 60% intensity, right? So 60% is really more realistic. Because I mean, if you have like a life, or if you have like kids, like you can't give anything truly 100% effort outside of like your children and family, right? Because that's what comes first, right? If a child gets sick, then hopefully you're working a job where you're allowed to like call off and then be able to just like go in there, or just like take a half day, or be able to actually just go and then come back to the office, right? Hopefully like that flexibility in your work. If you don't have that flexibility, I'm my heart kind of goes out to you. That's why we do like these free trainings, so you can start really growing your business, so you don't have to be in that situation anymore. But that's the main thing. So it's like we can never really commit to our business 100%, but we need to commit to at least putting in like 60, 50, 40% effort over a continuous amount of time, so that we can actually go and reach the goal. Okay. So, because I know like life will get hectic. Like you could get sick 1 week, you could have your children get sick, your whole household get sick, and then you're unable to really do anything. Especially if you're like the main caretaker for your household, or you're the main person that is responsible for your children. Like maybe you don't have like, another significant other that's also working, you're taking care of the house. Maybe like you're doing, you're the breadwinner, you also take care of your children, maybe you're like a single parent and it's just like very hard. So it's like, my heart goes out to you, and like I do agree that it is harder for you maybe to start a business than someone who's maybe like, no family, has a part-time job and has like a million dollars in the bank. I understand that. So it's like with the energy and with the time you have to be consistent if you're going to be successful. And for me, my commitment was I quit my job cold turkey when I first got started. Like, I was so committed to this, and like I was committed to spending every single dollar that I had that didn't go towards like bills, grocery, light entertainment was going to like courses, because I was just attacking. I was trying to find every mentor. I was trying to like really learn this stuff, because like nothing was working for me when I first started, and like I just couldn't do sales, I couldn't do pricing, I couldn't do marketing. So it's just like I just spent so much money to learn how to go and do these different skill sets, right? Because this business model of being an accountant or bookkeeper is not hard. It's not like we're digging ditches. It's not like we're like, swinging sledgehammers or anything like in a coal mine, right? It's more about assembling the right skills and having the right strategy. And once you have that, then you can be very consistent within that. So, for example, let's talk about marketing. So, the way this student was able to go get these two clients was through partnerships. So it's all about asymmetric yield. So keep in mind, it's not like me and our students are like moving 10 times faster, like the activity, like we're running 10 times faster, we move 10 times, or we type 10 times faster. It's just the activities we choose to be a part of give us better results and longer lasting results. Okay, so most people do is they'll try to like post on Facebook, and there's nothing wrong with posting on Facebook if you're willing to post like the next like 2 or 3 years until your stuff goes viral, maybe. Or they try and go like Upwork, right? But it's like you're setting up proposals, and every single unit of energy is like you do it one time, and it doesn't have any carryover effect into the future, right? The way we do it is we build partnerships by number one using social media platforms like LinkedIn to go and like grow a network of business owners that keep sending us leads over time. So then we get leads like 1 month, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, 12 months in the future from the same set of referral partners, right? And allows us to be able to grow a lot faster. Now, if you maybe don't understand what I'm talking about with partnerships, I actually made a book that shows you how to go get your first and your next six-figure partner. These are partners both in the local area and online who already have the best quality clients under their sphere of influence. If you understand how to tap into them, like what to say, where to go, how to identify who is the right target for you, and really understanding like exactly how you can really convey your value to them to get them to want to reciprocate and actually send leads to you. I made this book. Now, if you're watching this either on my YouTube channel or inside of my Facebook group, or if you're in my Instagram audience, I have a special promo price. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to be putting this thing. Number one, we're going to be putting on our website for about $20.99. But if you're watching this before this goes live and before it goes on like the website, then I actually have a promo price about $4.99. Okay, and that's just for the people inside the community as a way to say thank you for supporting us, watching these videos, and then making your presence known inside of the community. So if you want that, go ahead and number one, you can comment 6FP, and I'm actually going to drop a link to this inside of the comments as well. So let me do this new. So I'm going to actually drop this inside of the chat below, so you should see this. And make sure, let me see if I can pinning this message. So inside of the comment section, you should see this new 6FP book, and then it's going to send you a link. You just click on it, and then you're able to actually go and see that very, very quickly. Now, going deeper, okay, I learned about this principle when I was reading a book about Rockefeller. So he was one of the really the richest entrepreneurs of like modern history, like especially the industrial age. Like at one point, he owned almost all of the oil and gas companies in the United States. He actually had like a law passed, like the what was it? It was like the anti-monopoly kind of law, because he was just so powerful. But one way he was able to go gain so much power was he had what's known as like the John Rockefeller Rolodex. Every single person he ever came in contact with who could potentially help him, he had a note card inside of his Rolodex that had every piece of information on him to make sure he knew every conversation, remembered different cues about them, and knew exactly how he can add value to them when he would call them or he would meet them. And it was just like he just had this list, and anytime he needed a favor, he'd be able to go get it. And I was like, wait, so this guy can do that. Why can I not do that for my accounting firm? Like they always talk about like who you know, so why not just start knowing better quality people who can actually give me like leads and referrals? And once I started doing that, that's when the leads, and that's when like we start getting better quality referrals. And nowadays, all of my students from day number one inside of my program, we have them start learning how to build those relationships. We even give them like lead sources and different things like that to start like utilizing, so they can start going and getting the partnership a lot faster. It's very, very interesting, like when you kind of like go and have this stuff into practice. Now, in order to do that, for this particular partnership for Paul was the student who did this. Number one, it was actually a virtual entrepreneurship group in his local area. So inside that group, it was like a coalition of like I think like four types of business of entrepreneurs started. So it was like a lawyer, a business consultant, a financial advisor, and then I think it was like a CPA. But they didn't have anyone who was doing like the bookkeeping because the CPA only wanted to do like tax at that moment in time. And when basically what we did was we showed them how to research. So there's different organizations, different types of referral partners you can go into. We show you how to like really understand if the person is like the right one for you and the type of clients you're trying to get. Once he understood and once he established this person actually was someone who could help him out, he was able to go and approach them. He didn't even know they had like the 3 or 4 other people. Once he started introducing him to the other people, that's when he just basically multiplied his referral network by 4, because each of these people in their own right had their own successful business. They had their own successful financial advising business. There was a business consultant. He had business consulting clients. There was a lawyer. He had his own law firm, right? They all came together to kind of like send referrals to one another. It just so happened that Paul was able to go and fit the needs they needed at that moment in time, especially because a lot of the companies that they were working with were looking for loans and like outside funding to be able to grow their business that much further. That's why they actually came to the entrepreneurship program, right? So it's like once you understand exactly how to like put your foot in the door, how to really hold those meetings, really how to hold those conversations to get them to actually want to trust you and send you leads. Because right, if they trust the wrong person and they send them like referrals or people, and you mess up like either someone messed up their books or something goes wrong, it actually hurts the individual who is referring the people to you, right? So to be able to stick their neck out and make sure that you're the person who can actually go, and like we give you like a script of what to say on the call, so you know how to like present your best foot forward, how to really hold that value, and how to really communicate that you are the right person to start sending leads to, right? And then after that, it took him, I think it took him about, it was 30 days when he first started, but it was like after the first 15 days, then he got the meeting. Then it took him like another, like, I think like 20 days after that to like get the first client sent to him. The second client came within about, I think like 3 days of that, right? Because there was 2 new businesses that joined like the entrepreneurship group. They're looking for someone to do like their accounting and bookkeeping so they could start getting like loans for their business. So they immediately referred to Paul. The first one was like giving him $2,100 a month. The second one's giving him $2,300 per month, right? So it all works together if you know exactly what you're doing and if you have the right strategy to help you go and grow. But if you don't have that, it takes, most new businesses the first year they only make, $20,000-$30,000 a year. So if you don't want to be like, 90% of people who either like fail in their business or who don't really make that significant amount of money to actually go and like, leave their job, then you can kind of do it on your own. But if you want to be able to take the most efficient path towards your goals, so you have the best likelihood and the best possibility and the best chance of actually succeeding, go ahead and click on the link inside the description, book a call with me or a member of my team to see if we can help you inside of our program. Like, it's not for everybody, right? We have a very specific way we grow our business, and if you're like in alignment with that and we think that we can actually get you results with the methodologies we have, then we invite you to go and like join our program. If it's not gonna be a good fit, I'll be the first person to let you know. So it's just like at this point in my career, I only want to work with people who we know we can get results for, because it's just the easiest kind of like way. Like, luckily for me, we've chosen to keep this program small, so it allows us to be very selective of the people who we like allow inside, and that's why our result rate is so high. So in order to like maintain that result rate, we do have to kind of keep being strict with who we let in. So if you want to go and apply to see if you qualify for our help and if you would be a good fit, go ahead and click on the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself or a member of my team to see if we can help you. And I will talk to you on the call. If you're not quite ready, I will see you inside the next video. Take it easy. Talk to you soon.